Hello and welcome to a 20-week prenatal yin yoga flow. This is the stretch that I have been doing really since about 15 weeks. Sometimes you just wake up and your body doesn't feel good, you feel tight, and this is my go-to flow. Even at the time that I'm getting this published, I'm 23 weeks and this is still my go-to flow. So I hope that this flow helps you find space in your shoulders and your legs and just makes you feel really good and yummy. And for this flow, make sure that you have a couple of bolsters or couch cushions, some kind of cushion that's firm, not too soft, and then also yoga blocks. And if you don't have yoga blocks, you can grab Tupperware, you can grab large books, and let's go ahead and get started. So go ahead and find a seat on your mat. And then we're going to start with taking a few sips of water. So if you don't have one, go ahead and grab one. But just hydrate our body first. We're going to be stretching ligaments and tendons rather than muscles for the most part. So we really want to hydrate our body. And then go ahead and grab one of your blocks or a makeshift block. And then put that on your feet. And you're going to take one of the large bolsters or couch cushions and just place it right on top. I like to place the block right on top of my feet. You might not like that, just play around. And then I personally need both bolsters, and then I like to keep a block nearby in case I need it to rest my head. But just take a moment and get comfy here. I definitely like to take my time going down so I don't automatically just put my head on the bolster. Let your body just naturally go down. And then I like to put my head to one side, but you could also just put your forehead on the bolsters or put your forehead on a block. And we're going to just stay here for a few minutes. We'll do long holds on each side. And the point of that is really just to get really deep into these poses. It might not feel like much is going on, but there's a lot going on under the surface. We're not messing with muscles really right now. It's all about the connective tissue of the body and allowing that to stretch. So that's why we hold these poses for so long. And I really want this to be a meditative practice, so I'm not going to be talking as much. And I just want you to sink into the pose, focus on your breath, allow whatever images or thoughts want to pop in your head to just come and go. Make it a very relaxed meditative state. Then go ahead and inhale, lift your head up, come back up to a seated position. And I'm not fully comfortable here. My hips, it's a little bit too much. So if you have that same issue, go ahead and just grab a blanket or a towel. And we're going to fold that up for underneath our bums, and just that little bit of elevation on the hips can really just give a lot of support and make it not so intense on the hips. So if you need that adjustment, go ahead and make that. If not, stay exactly as you are. And if you are doing this flow pregnant, please make sure that your belly is comfortable too. I know that this pose changes for me every day, just depending on how big my belly is. So listen to your body. I'm modeling the poses, but really listen to what feels good to you. And go ahead and just take a deep breath and exhale, slowly fold down. And then as you're ready, we're going to face the opposite side. If you had your head just straight forward, then go ahead and do that again. But if you did have your head on one side, we want to bring balance to the body. And again, scooch around as much as you need until you are comfortable. This should feel relaxing. You don't want to push yourself to be stretching too much. This should just feel really good and really yummy. You're going to find that the more time that you're in these poses, the more that you're sending your breath into the areas of your body that need them, you're going to relax deeper. So allow your body to do that as it wants to. And breathe really deeply into those parts that, again, you shouldn't feel big stretches here, but you should feel areas that it's a minimal stretch. So breathe into those areas. If you don't know what that means, just breathe as low or as high as you need to either get into your shoulders or your legs. And then take a breath here and slowly inhale to come up. And I'm actually going to put my head towards the other side now to just bring balance to the body. That first side was a little bit short because I was uncomfortable. So go ahead and go to the other side if your head is facing two different ways. And again, just keep breathing really deeply into your body, taking really deep breaths, really allowing yourself to be in that meditative, feeling good space. This should feel very relaxing. You're not trying to force anything, you're just relaxing and feeling how yummy this feels. Go ahead and start taking deeper breaths. Then you can inhale and come all the way back up. Just noticing how your body feels, noticing if your shoulders feel more open, if your hamstrings feel more open. Just comparing how you feel now to how you did just a few minutes ago when we just started this practice. Really bringing that awareness into your body, bringing that awareness into your consciousness. So we'll go ahead and make our way into the next pose. In this pose, you will have one bolster under your knees, and then another one will be resting on blocks. So you might have to tinker around for a minute and just see what feels good, but I like my bigger bolster to be the one that's on blocks in front of me. And then I'm going to scooch back here. And then I like to put the smaller bolster that I have under my knees, and then I just will fold over that, and eventually will put my head to be resting on a block. So again, this is going to be very personalized to your own body. Maybe what I'm doing will work for you, but we all have different bodies. So just feel out what feels best for you. And again, I like to put a block under my head. You might not need that extra support. So just do whatever feels good. And for me, this always feels really yummy in the very top of my neck, the top of my shoulders, kind of my hamstrings, and even my lower back. So this is really a pose that you can just release your whole back, your entire neck. If I have a tight neck, this is kind of my go-to pose. So really, when you're breathing, focusing into breathing into your back and allowing your back to fully relax. And again, if breathing into your back doesn't make sense, breathe and fill up your whole body with your breath. And after being here for about 2 minutes now, you might feel that urge to go a little bit deeper. And so if you have that urge, please go with it. If not, that is no big deal. And just keep breathing, keep relaxing with every exhale. Keep allowing yourself to just be in this meditative, juicy space. And the back of my neck is starting to feel really good. So for me, it feels great to put my chin on the block. Feel free to make that adjustment if your body is asking for it. But if not, just leave it. Leave your body exactly as is. Start taking deeper breaths, bringing that awareness back into your body. And then as you're ready, go ahead and inhale and just slowly come up. And then again, just noticing how your body feels now from when we started. And for me, it feels really good to just stretch my neck to both sides. If you want to join in on that, please do. And we're going to make our way into the next pose. So go ahead and bring your props out of the way. Whatever prop that you have under your legs, at least for me, that's what I'm going to keep under my legs. So just getting everything out of my way and then scooting up because we are going to lay on blocks in the next pose. And so you want to be able to be completely on your mat. And then go ahead and snag, again, a drink of water. We want to just hydrate, give our body that yummy nourishment. And then go ahead and grab a block and you can put it under your spine. I like to have mine kind of directly along the spine, and this is going to take some adjusting again. So you can see what I'm doing, but this might not feel great for your particular body. So just take a few minutes to adjust here and see what feels good. I have one block right under my neck and then one block supporting basically my upper back. So if that works for you, great. If it doesn't, find something that feels really good. Take your time. If you need to pause the video and readjust, please feel free, but I'm also just not going to edit out my readjustments so that you can kind of see what it looks like to really adjust your body until it feels completely comfortable. You want to feel like you can completely relax in this pose and feel really good. And my feet here are together, and then I've opened my knees. That might not feel great for you. You might want to leave your feet grounded and then bring your knees together, especially if you're having some low back problems, because that can release the low back. And for me, I'm going to go ahead and put my legs straight out. That is what feels best for my body. So again, you have 3 variations there that you can kind of play with and see what feels good. And as you're settling into this pose, just be breathing into your chest, really allowing your shoulders to open here and expand, allowing your heart to feel lifted and open. We live in a society that we're so hunched over all day, so really just allowing yourself to be open here. And also this puts us in a receptive, receiving energy. The front of our body is open and stretched. The front of our body can be associated with receiving. So take that if it feels good. If not, just leave it. And with each breath, just exhale and relax deeper into this pose. and your body might start asking for subtle shifts here. Please listen to your body, go with whatever it's asking for. For me, it feels really yummy to put my hands above my head, and I'm actually going to grab my bolster and put my hands on top of that bolster just to give myself a little bit of support. Keep coming back to your breath if your mind is wandering. I know this can be a really challenging practice for people because it is such a meditative yoga practice, the Yin yoga. But I love it because it's a way to move and meditate at the same time. You're opening up your body while you're meditating. It's not just static meditation. So keep reminding yourself of that if you are having struggle with the staying still part and quieting your mind part. If your mind is really loud too, that's okay. Allow whatever thoughts want to come up. Sometimes if we think that our mind has to be so still, it actually creates more resistance to the meditation. So allow whatever thoughts are coming up. Just try not to attach to those. Remember that thoughts are passerbys. Emotions are not ours. We are people that experience emotions, but we are not our emotions. We are not our thoughts. So just really try to observe them. Really just get deep into your breath and really just find deep, deep presence in this moment. You can go ahead and ground your feet on the floor if that feels good. If you have your hands above your head, go ahead and bring them back down to your sides. And taking a really deep breath, breathing all that awareness down into your body. And as you're ready, exhale and come all the way up. And we're just going to move that bolster from below our knees. So I'm still sitting on this blanket here. If you don't have a blanket already under your hips, you might grab one or you might not need it. But we're going to do a couple little seated postures here and really just open up through the shoulders even more. I hope that you've also found this newfound space in your shoulders, so we're just going to play for a minute here. But just find a comfortable seated position, and again, bring your awareness to noticing the changes that are in your body, especially your shoulders and your back, from now versus when you started. And then go ahead and just lean your chin into your chest so that you get that nice stretch on the back of your neck. And then you can just roll your head from side to side and really take this opportunity to move intuitively. Move how your body wants. If you want to put your arms over your head, go ahead and do that. Close your eyes, take your eyes off the video screen, and tap into what your body wants to do here. I'm really just moving my head side to side for the next couple minutes. And you can inhale, bring the arms up, interlace your fingers, and then push the tops of your hands away from you, really feeling that stretch in the side body. It's pretty intense for me. And then we're going to lean over to the left side. Inhale, come back to center, and then over to the opposite side. And again, inhale back to center, release the arms down, and this time take the right arm overhead, reach it over to the left side. And I'm rotating my torso a little bit up, and then go ahead and switch sides. And feel free to move at your own pace with this. We're going to be doing this for a couple rotations, so go at your own pace. Go at the pace that feels good for you. And then go ahead and wrap up on the side that you're on, and we'll meet back in the middle. And bring your arms straight out in front of you, and then put your shoulder blades back into the socket. And then we're going to cross the right hand over the left, and then bring the palms up. They can either touch each other. If that's too intense to touch each other, just do whatever feels good. So if it's just the crossing, that's fine. Then we're going to inhale and bring the arms up. And exhale, bring the arms down, rounding through the back. And then again, just repeating this with your own breath, with your own body in a way that feels really good. And then the next time that you inhale and go up with the arms, go ahead and uncross the arms, and then you're going to grab a hold of your right elbow with your left hand, just so you get a really nice stretch. And then that also opens through the back of the shoulders, the upper back, be a really nice stretch for the neck as well. And sending your breath into your shoulders, making space. And release. Go ahead and switch your legs as well. If your legs are crossed, go ahead and just flip that crossing. And then just take a moment to bring your awareness into any differences that you now feel on the two sides of the body. Taking a breath in, lifting the arms up, locking the shoulders back into the sockets, and this time crossing the left hand over the right, and then bring the palms up. If it's too much to cross, don't worry about it. But if you want to just hook those hands, then feel free. And this time we're going to bring the chin to the chest and round through the upper spine, bringing the elbows down. And inhale and bring the elbows up, bring the gaze up. Feeling that stretch in the left shoulder. And then again, just keep going at your own pace, a pace that feels good. If you want to hang out lower, feel free to do that. If it feels good to just lift the hands up, then do that. Listen to your body here and tap into what you need. And then on your next inhale, Bring the elbows up. Release the bind and then grab a hold of your left elbow with your right hand, and again getting that bicep stretch and just that shoulder opening, sending your breath into the shoulders or just as high up as you possibly can. Grounding into the sensation. And release. And then again, just noticing how your body feels now versus how it felt whenever you first started. Give yourself credit for taking this time for yourself. Tapping into the breath, tapping into your sense of peace. Hopefully this newfound sense of peace. And then on your next breath, go ahead and expand your belly as much as it will go with your breath. So moving the breath into that lower part of the body, creating space here. Deepening your breath. The lower you can get your breath, the lower the chakra accessed is. And we know that the base of the spine holds the root chakra, which is a center of safety. It's really accessing this sense of safety, this sense of trusting in yourself and trusting in your body. And if it feels good, bringing your hands to the heart. And just taking a moment to honor everything that your body is doing right now. Sending gratitude for all of these changes that your body is making without your mind even knowing. Knowing that your body can handle these changes of pregnancy. Your body is more than capable of birthing your baby. Trusting that your body knows exactly what to do. Coming back to that knowing that your body is growing this baby without you even thinking about it. And just holding gratitude for one more moment. And feel free to stay here for as long as you would like. Give yourself props for showing up today. Thank you so much for joining me for this class. And good luck on your pregnancy and birth.